Hey guys, I'm finally filming part 2 of the S3 coilover suspension install. In this episode, I'm going to be corner balancing and aligning my car and getting some of the ride heights tweaked. This is my 1993 Honda Civic Coupe. Last episode, I installed a set of S3 suspension coilovers, and the car's been driving really well. I've done 2 autocrosses since then. Both of them have been wet, but the car definitely feels great. In this episode, I'm going to go over my alignment specs and how to properly corner balance your car. On this Hunter machine that I'm using to align my car, I set up custom specs. These are the specs for all my measurements. The caster, I don't really have a spec for, it's just whatever it falls into. But I'll show you where my car's at currently. It's pretty close, but it's gonna need a little bit more tweaking. I have driver weight in the car with just some plate weights and a quarter tank of fuel. So here's the total weight of the car with 220 pounds of ballast in it and about a half a tank of gas. So the car weighs 2291 without me in it. Here are all the corner weights. I'm gonna get a pad of paper and I will show you guys what I'm gonna do to corner balance this car. So the first thing that I'm gonna do as far as this corner balance goes, I've already done this, but make sure that your sway bar end links are disconnected so that they're not putting additional pressure on the suspension and it'll affect the weights. But after that, I'm going to get a measurement of the ride height on all 4 corners, the camber on all 4 corners, and the corner weights. I'll show you how I write those down. Make sure you have your tire pressures set evenly, standard stuff for just a regular alignment as well. So here are all the measurements together. This is the ride height, this is the camber, and this is the corner weight. As you can see, the driver front is in need of adjustment just because of the driver weight on that side. But I need to raise the car 10 mil-ish in the rear just because of rubbing issues. So I'm gonna start off by doing that. The goal here is to try and make the biggest adjustments first and then narrow yourself down. But the corner weight right now is still pretty close. It's at a 49.5 cross, and that's from the front right to the left rear. Ideally 50-50 is what we're going for here. But I'm going to raise the car up a little bit and then see what the weights are and camber and then adjust from there. My camber is a little bit out of spec. I got to add 0.4 degrees in the rear on both wheels, so I think I may do that as well. Alright, I'm on day 2 of doing the corner balance. Ran into some issues I don't really want to talk about last time. I have all my measurements remeasured again. I gotta make a couple more adjustments. I'm gonna pull the camber in the front a little bit, give it a little bit less camber in the rear left, and we should be good. Still at 51.6 cross, not looking super great in that sense, but I'll get there. I'm gonna start off by adjusting the front camber to -3 degrees. The main goal of a corner balance is basically just using the suspension geometry to shift the weight of the vehicle around. If you raise one corner, it'll oftentimes make the corner opposite from it heavier, like diagonally. Same with alignment specs. If you raise the camber towards positive, it'll stand the wheel up and it'll affect ride height as well as corner weights. It's all kind of a balance. You just kind of got to mess around with it piece by piece. But you got to try and get your big adjustments out of the way first. I'm kind of nearing the end. Once you get your corner weights where you want them, you basically just do an alignment as normal and you're set. After struggling with the PCI front upper control arms for a little bit, I got my camber a little bit more negative all the way around. It's pretty close all the way. Toe's still way off, but still at a 51.3 weight balance. So I'm gonna raise the driver front just a little bit more and see what I can get out of it. So here's the final corner weights that I'm gonna go with before the alignment. We're at 50.3 cross. Ride heights are looking pretty close. They're within 3 millimeters of each other. Camber's within 0.2 of a degree. And the weights are pictured right here. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the toe set and see where it gets me. I didn't put it at perfect 50-50 because I'm gonna have to align the car, and we'll see what it does to the corner balance. So I just got my alignment dialed in. The corner weights, they changed a little bit, went up to 50.7. I'm kind of okay with that. I'm a little bit tired of messing with this thing, but within 1% is usually pretty decent. So the last step would be to make sure everything's torqued down, mark it with a paint pen, and then drop the car down and install your sway bar end links. If your end links are adjustable, make sure that it doesn't take any effort to have to pull the sway bar down into where it needs to be, and you should be all set. I'm just gonna do a quick bolt check on the rest of the car, get everything torqued down, paint pen it, and go for a test drive. I got the corner weights down to 50.1 once I had the sway bars attached and everything. That seems pretty decent to me. We'll see how it drives, and I'll get ready to go out this Sunday and do another autocross before track season. May have a Pacific Raceways Day coming up in February, and I'll be at On Grid March 11th and 12th. Thank you guys for watching. As always, love the support, even though it's not a huge amount. I appreciate all you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.